Have you ever wondered what the MLB would look like without two Japanese stars leading the way for pitchers?
He's not going to throw a pitch on the mound in 2024.
Well, luckily, you don't have to, because Shota Imanaga and Yoshi Yamamoto are paving the way not only for rookie pitchers, but for pitchers across the league. Who cares about you, Darvish and Ohtani? The new kids on the block are taking the league by storm, and in this video, we're going to find out how. Starting with the more famed of the two, coming into the season, Yamamoto was about as accomplished as it gets in Japanese baseball. Yamamoto was a three-time Pacific League MVP, three-time Triple Crown winner, a gold medalist in the 2020 Olympics, and where he came into the limelight for most Western fans was for his performance in the 2023 World Baseball Classic, where he helped Japan to a first-place finish. After one final season in the NPB, Yamamoto announced that he would be making the trip overseas to play in the MLB. He is one of the most hyped international prospects in recent memory. His combination of age and pedigree made him the second most hyped Japanese player in free agency, freaking Ohtani, who, speaking of, Yamamoto would join on the Dodgers on a 12-year, $325 million contract, and thus the pressure was on. With such a pedigree, joining such a starting pitching needy team that was looking to turn the corner and get back to the World Series, Yamamoto became the focal point of a lot of media attention early on in spring training, and boy, it went terribly. Yamamoto made 3 starts, pitched a total of 9.2 innings, allowing 9 runs. While it is easy to write off spring training most of the time, this particular time set a bad first impression in the mind of media and fans alike. However, for those who remained patient, they didn't have to wait as long as most other fans for the regular season. As the Dodgers played in the Seoul series, Yamamoto was slated to pitch Game 2. Surely this is where he shut up fans and started matching that Rookie of the Year hype he received before this season. And well, he didn't make it past the first inning. Yamamoto allowed 5 runs in the first and never saw the mound again in Korea. With so much built around the game, the media came crashing down on the Japanese sensation. And yes, up to that point, it had been a total opposite of the pitcher the Dodgers thought they were getting. But since that point, oh man, has it been so much different. Since that fabled day, Yamamoto has posted a 2.34 ERA, a 2.62 FIP, striking out 30% of batters while walking only 6%. Simply put, Yamamoto has been as advertised. However, to understand what makes Yamamoto so special, we need to take a deeper dive under the hood. When taking a quick glance at Yamamoto's baseball savant, you see a lot of good mixed with some bad. Yamamoto does give up a surprising amount of hard contact for the quality of pitcher he is. However, he is able to mitigate a lot of that damage just because he's able to get contact onto the ground. A good example of someone who abuses this is Marcus Stroman, who consistently allows a ton of hard contact but pitches into the ground ball, which gives your defense a solid chance to still make the play. What differentiates Yamamoto from most ground ball pitchers is his ability to get strikeouts on top of that, with his season rate at 27.9%, while allowing a very low amount of walks. Simply put, he doesn't allow free base runners, gives up a lot of hard ground balls, and even when he does get into trouble, he can find himself out with a strikeout. For the most part, his pitch mix would indicate much of the same story. He uses his fastball 40% of the time to get routine outs, and set up his off-speed stuff for the swing and miss. But his splitter and curveball sit above a 30% whiff rate and above a 35% strikeout rate. I think it's safe to say Yamamoto has arrived and looks to have stuff to stay. What about the guy who actually started the World Baseball Classic, Shota Imanaga? Despite having the goated nickname of Mike, Imanaga was ranked as the 15th best free agent prospect, sandwiched between Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and Teoscar Hernandez. When compared to his Japanese counterpart, Imanaga wasn't nearly as accomplished, and with more years to his name, it is understandable why teams didn't value Imanaga the same way. Either way, Imanaga signed a 4-year deal with the Chicago Cubs and hasn't looked back since. So far in the season, Imanaga has a 1.89 ERA. Don't mind the shellacking the Mets are giving him right now, striking out 9.2 batters per 9 innings and walking a league best 1.3 per 9 innings. Simply put, Imanaga has been fantastic as they come in baseball this season, but he finds his success in a much different way than his Japanese counterpart. Imanaga takes the aspects of Yoshinobu's game, where he limits walks and strikes out batters, and cranks it up to 11. Imanaga also gets a lot more swing and miss on his pitches, and gets batters to chase quite a bit more frequently. Unfortunately, Imanaga doesn't get the same results on balls put into play, as he has a below average ground ball rate, while still giving up his fair share of hard contact. Imanaga lives and dies by his ability to limit walks and get swings and misses. And so far, barring his start the day of this recording, it has worked phenomenally. Imanaga makes his money off his fastball, which just has silly numbers for its usage rate. He uses his four-seamer 55% of the time, whilst opponents are hitting 195 against the pitch while maintaining a 20.2% whiff rate. So far, that fastball is tied for the most valuable pitch in baseball this season, so in case you find yourself missing the days of Ohtani and Darvish dominating on the mound, just know we have arguably better Japanese options dominating the league right now.